Alrighty. I'm probably just gonna chill out and work through this unless people ask questions, because I got a bit of thinking to do. Today I'm gonna try and get convoys dispatching between strategy assets, and the way I'm gonna do this is with an AI that's essentially, each region will get an AI and that will collect economic needs within its own region, and then it will try to satisfy needs locally, and then eventually there'll be some sort of global AI which will be sort of the way for regions to deal with its problems on a greater than local scale. So yeah, just to start off with, we're just going to try and get the local economics working out a little bit. Last time we got some debugging information which should prove quite useful for this, and we're going to try and get some convoys sending back and forth. So I'm just going to burn away on this collect economic needs function, and then go from there. And what we're going to do is we're going to iterate over, I guess, strategy assets, and any of the strategy assets that come from the same place as this one are the ones that we're going to be working on. So they're going to be any of the assets that have the same object ID as this one. So we might need to break this up a bit, but we'll see how we go. Because for each asset will sort of have its own sort of, here's what we need, here's sort of our scale of upkeep, here's our inventory, and then there's a comparison at the end that goes, okay, here's the availability, here's the needs, and then we address it from there. So each one's going to have an array of artifact costs. The asset inventory. Asset needs will be where we collect the actual needs. Actually, no, we won't. Sort of work differently with those. Right. History. Now I was sort of tossing up whether I was going to put this code in the strategy asset or not. That's already a pretty meaty class, up to 1,000 lines. So I sort of want to avoid putting this stuff where it's sort of detecting the economics in there and sort of do it over here. I feel like I'm getting that feeling like I want to start spreading that information out of it. But that does mean that we're going to have to iterate over the structure, production, and upkeep instances here. Maybe it is worse here. No. I want to do it here. That's fine. Right. So this thing should be pretty impartial. It should just work through it and see what it can find. In fact, I'm gonna abandon this artifact cost. I want to make it searchable so that I can find whether there's something with the same need and asset. So, object ID is an int, I believe. Just better check that. Integer, yeah. Let's get rid of the rest. I imagine the references are literally just the object ID, but I'm just going to do this just to keep it as light as possible. Quantity and name, item template name. I need to collect some thresholds. Collect some thresholds that say, alright, this is the rate of usage. Yeah, economic, well, we need an economic trend. It's going to be an integer. Change per week, and then we'll go var name, item template name. So yeah, we'll collect those economic trends, and then we'll use those economic trends to then populate, like figure out what the needs and availabilities are. Int current. And also what we've got. So our availability would be struck off of this based on what we can skim off the top. So if the change per week, like if there's a large quantity there might be some level of requirement, I guess. Now let's just keep this and go from here. Alright. Let's just keep on working from the ground up with the data and do what we can. Alright, let's put a reminder. Week equals 168 hours. So the asset trend blank, we're going to go through each upkeep and we're going to look at its costs and we're going to add, we're going to assess its, we're going to assess upkeep. So we've got to keep track of the change per week, and then after all that's said and done, we need to assess the quantities for each of these things that we need. Hopefully that will disregard anything that's not necessary to that. So, yeah, this is one to break up into small functions. Add upkeep to trend. So we should be able to do that with strategy, asset upkeep. We can just use upkeep, that's fine. Economic trends are always done in the context of one asset, so we shouldn't need the asset itself to be able to do this one. We're literally just going to look at it and go, alright, can we add some sort of thing to it? I know I'm working with an old version of Guerilla. Alright, so yeah, we want to find local artifact costs. For each, so upkeep dot costs. So for each of these, we're going to find trend ix equals trends dot find. Property name is item template name. Based on the cost item template name. So we're going to use that index, and like if that, so if trend ix equals index none, then that means we add a new thing, otherwise we'll adjust the existing one. So change per week. Let's do a little thought experiment. Let's go 168 divided by 2. So let's say we had an upkeep cycling every 84 hours for 200. So if we had 200 times 168, that divided by 84, we end up at the right value. So another way to express this would be 168 divided by 84. It's 2. So we know to divide times it by 2. So cost per week. This will end up being a float. We're just going to round that. I don't want to deal with sub numbers. So the change per week is going to be cost dot quantity upkeep frequency. Actually, is that right? I always lose track of my brain when I'm doing this stuff. That's right. So a week divided by the upkeep frequency is 2. But 168 by 168 would be 1. Then we times that by the quantity, we get the change per week. And then we also change that by -1, because this is... Oh, we can take it off, because we know it's always going to be negative, or positive rather, and used in a negative way. Alright, so that's the change per week. So if trend ix equals none, then trends and items. So we've got to make new economic trends. So local economic trend. Change per week times -1. So the quantity will come in right at the end where we load the inventories in. So trend dot item template name equals cost dot item template name. Whoosh. Alright, otherwise trends, trend ix, all we're going to do is change its change per week equals trends take change change per week. Bit of time that I need to try that, see how that goes. That it for upkeeps? Pretty sure we're mutating this array at this point, and everything should be good. Alright, add production to trend. That's not what I want. Let's change you to the template. Inputs, outputs, alright. Change per week production time. Cost or quantity? Yep. Inputs. That's different. Strategy, asset, production. Production.cost. Moron. Alright, outputs. Gonna be the same difference. Change per week only. Remember, plus equals working on your script. I'm sure we'll find out real soon. Alright, so same deal down here. Instead, we're doing outputs, so the cost quantity is added. In this case, it's subtracted by negating it. But we're not rounding it yet, so we do need to round. So let me find that function. Floating point functions. Round. Return flights. What the hell? I've surely done rounding before. Ah. shape around it and then int it. Lovely. Honestly, I should know this stuff, but anyway. I don't care. Alright, hopefully this will work. Add upkeep to trend, upkeep instance, and asset trend. And given how repetitive this is going to be, I might just do it like this. Alright, give me some of that. Alright, so now we've got some populated asset trends. Well, we've got a populated asset trend. What are we doing after that? Pardon me. Okay, so after we do that, then we're getting all of these things. And, oh sorry, we're not doing that. We're going to take that and add the inventory counts to them. So for each asset trend, we'll get the IX too. No. Alright, what am I doing? We iterate over each of these, we update it with its quantity. Simple as that. So, what we need to do is for each asset, we need to collect its quantity. Its quantity comes from get current. Get num item in inventory. So now that we've got those counts, like that economic information on its own is useful. But then we'll get a bunch of signaling from it. Almost better as something that the thing does on its own, but let's not for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to log I've got to get some debugging for this so that I can see it properly. So I'm going to go economic trend for go from quantity, so asset trend ix dot quantity. Oh yeah, I'll turn it down. Let's drop the desktop audio a bit. Alright, I turned it down. Hopefully that's at the right level. Okay, trend, asset trend, what do I need here? I just need the change, so trend dot change per week. What's next? So I've got that. I need to figure out how to trigger this. I don't want it to trigger every single time something happens. It'll be too expensive. I wonder if there's a way that you can make things sort of call like a geoscape entity, but not. Because I take it the geoscape is the one that's calling these guys to tell them, hey, do something. But headquarters alien, which is just a base object, I imagine works differently. Alright, we have update, a function update. Let's see if this works. So I'm going to just see if the update function works, like if I can just get away with using the update function. Really got no idea. But if it works, then we can just use the get current time function here. We'll attach that down here somewhere. Bam, copy paste it, I don't even care. Right, what's next? Because like I've already got strategy asset functions that sort of do this. Where's the update function for this guy? Okay, it's update game board, it's a bit different. So what is my question here? I want to know if something manually calls update on headquarters alien. So maybe the best way to answer that question is just search for references to headquarters alien and see what comes up. See what comes a knocking. Yeah, so I wonder if these things automatically call it or something. That would be unfortunate. But it looks like everywhere it's being called Alien HQ, so we can probably get just do a run and ack on Alien HQ .update, and we might even come up gold. Hello, there we go. Update Alien AI. Lovely. I don't know if I have any geoscape overrides in at the moment. I doubt it. Is there an event for this tick? Because that'd be really handy. Update Alien AI. Alright, so we don't have an alien. A way to sort of just drop this in. That's okay. I'm sure we can figure something out. Come to an agreement. Yeah, so what we'll do for now is we'll run this collect economic needs function, which doesn't actually need the game state. We'll run this periodically based on an update function. So yeah, we'll get an update function and we'll like have a next AI tick or something like that. So it's not running constantly. It doesn't need to run every second. So so that's gonna sort of look like the next tick of this thing. Yeah, next economy tick. So we'll go next AI tick. One moment.
Sorry to interrupt your call.
Alrighty, back to it. So yeah, we need a next AI tick, and we just sort of run the update, sort of like update game board works. Hey, I wonder What does update game board get called on? I wonder if I could hook into that. I mean, this is basically what I want. It's just next AI tick. And if next AI tick, then do some stuff. It doesn't even add anything to the state at the moment. I just want it to, you know, yeah, okay. Back, update game board. So I want to look for places, no, wrong project. Come back. Alright, so what we want to do is just see if update game board gets called anyway. I'm just hoping that I don't have to hook something in. Like I can go, like I can do the hack. I don't care. Don't give a stuff, but it'd be nice to not have to. Okay, so it needs to be a geoscape entity. Say la vie. That said though, I think what I want to sort of investigate one day is to have each region AI be represented by some sort of a persona, so it becomes an asset that you could potentially kidnap and kill, and you get all the information that region AI knows if you manage to take them alive. That'd be a bit harder than a VIP mission though, I would think. Maybe defended by a couple of avatars or some such. Put the weapon down. Alright. Only update visuals when the map is actually being displayed. Alright, so this is a bust. We can't do that. But what we can do is we can set up our current tick. So it's going to be some sort of init function, I guess. Add to that? Sure we can. I think it's something like add days. Add month. No, let's not do that. Add hours. Okay. Oh, so we are going to need to do game state stuff though. So next AI tick, and we want to add, let's go for 72 hours. Every time you just call update on it. Oh yeah, so now we do need to do a change state there. So let's do just that. we are. So we'll need to, region AI update here. We have to do it there because otherwise we're submitting a game state too early. Alright, new AI. Give me that command, region command AI. Do it again. Bring those two together because we can. We need to collect economics on the new AI now. New AI dot next AI tick. New AI. And then we need to add it and submit it. Submit it and then we're done. So yeah, the region AI update has to happen here. So we need to iterate so function global yeah, this will have to do. I mean, I'll figure out a better way to do this down the track, but I just want to see it run at this point. Alright, so that's going to be an iteration over history. So if AI region.objectID equals region.objectID, which is this one's, then we are good and we can return. No, none. Go for none. Pretty sure it's none. Okay. I don't even know anymore. Surely it's null. Okay, so now we go get region AI and then we update. And it will only update if it is needed on the next AI tick, which is what we want. Let's shorten this a bit. I don't need it to be so long, so many lines rather. Oh, we're entering the Imaginarium soundtrack. Okay, we might have something that works. I'm sure I've done something wrong. Let's find out. Go away. Alright, I'm gonna add a couple of files in. that'll be global start, strategy start, region AIs. That needs to go in. And we also need to add in game state region command AI. Now just make sure the strategy start is actually done. Strategy start region AIs. Yep. Okay. Okay, created region AI. And economic trends. Alright, let's just try a build. It's going to take a while anyway. Just going to fill up. Errors everywhere. Oh, that's no good. Doubled up on a name. Just gonna squash a bunch of bugs. Hopefully end up with something building soon. Unrecognized type strategy asset structure. We need to depend on global resistance strategy asset template, otherwise she don't work. And hopefully this doesn't send us circular. Shouldn't do. Type IX. That's not a type. Luckily most of these errors are ones that a linter could have picked up quite easily. Now I've got a shed load of errors. Alright, line 140. Alright, so I'm just working off the error list now. 140G. No need to cast int property to itself. Ah. I thought it didn't automatically round, but maybe I am mistaken. Alright, 104. Costs. Oh no, it's an array, but it's called cost. Right. Oh, yes. Chuck you in there. Region AIs. Strategy start 27. Command AI region. Bad or missing expression for token region in equals. Reference. Yes, region state is what we need there. Alrighty, let's try that. That still fell short. Got a few more things to do. Oh. Some reckless copy pasting. And I'm sure there are a bunch of stuff that return none or something like that. Now let's try game state unit. Unit state equals none. So yeah, let's return none, see how that goes. One of these days I'll clean up the rest of the errors in the stack. A bunch of errors it doesn't care about, and it just ran it. Alright. So I guess we can run it. Taking a lot longer than usual. Man, this process is dead. Let's try it again. It looks broken. Yes. It don't make a lot of sense though, because it says the build is good. Might just have to clean out all the things that are not supposed to be in there. Might just clean up all these errors. Maybe I do have to clean them up. It's a sign. These errors. Alright. Alright, debug object. That doesn't make sense. I thought I made it debug manager. Alright, let's rename that. I don't remember renaming it though. But I'm sure I can roll the tape back and find out when I did that. Where's my debug manager? Is that even in here? Doesn't look like it. Must have forgotten to add it before. But I thought stuff like that didn't get compiled if that was the case. Doesn't matter. Alright. Avatar transport. Sorry, I'm just looking at the error. So I'm not sure where the typo is. I'll just copy it in and just find out. These things always become a lot clearer when you do this. Oh, I see. Numbskull. Advent avatar, who can really tell the difference, you know? Just save, just work. This is what I'm sighing at, by the way. Alright, let's keep going. Let's see if we can get some more fixes in. we won't fix. Alright, region, command AI. 91. Let's just go with that for now. I'm just gonna do a bit of cleaning house while I'm at it. Right. Line 29. Region state A, region state B. They don't get used, so they can go. City. Tactical game rule set. This can definitely go soon, but we'll disregard it for now. Blank squad can go. Unit count can go. Blank unit count can go. We don't really use all regions for anything pertinent, so we can get rid of him. City strategy assets .uc RCCC. If it says I'm not using it, I'm not using it. Avatar assets .uc. Alright, yep, okay, so we don't need that coercion because we just make the facility and run. I haven't done anything with that. Yeah, I'll just keep you. Default mission sources 164. Alright, squad spawn manager. K-tile. Drop location. And template name number 9. Strategy asset.uc. Alright, let's start from the top. 460. Now it's not used. Production instance is not used. .467. Production IX is not used. Alright, that'll probably end up with a slightly cleaner build. Howdy, you laddie. How you doing? Alright, well, We can fix that. Alright, what did I break with all those warning addressing? Now equals get current time. Huh. There must have been a now missing in the other one. Must have accidentally deleted it. Oh well. Yeah, right there. That's okay. Alright, put it back. Right. Start bugging again. That's better. Sorry, you can't see. There we go. Alright, let's give it a go.
Excitement continues to build as city centers across the globe prepare for the 20th anniversary of Unification Day.
I don't care.
Great Accord, celebrating the formation of the Advent Coalition.
Keeping with their promise to humanity, 12 new While we prepare for new operations and continue our research, we can pass time by scanning at sites like this one. On your order, we'll start our scans on the surrounding area.
Okay. Alright, so all those ticks are working just fine. But we need to see if we've got actually... Here we go. Okay. So we've got some economic trends. Yeah, so abducted bodies -10, avatar vials 1. So those are the black sites there. We've got these economic trends. Did I make farms? Surely not. Okay, I made food. Okay, I made farms, which provide provisions. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. Nothing will ever get food. So we can fix that. But it's the provisions. Let's have another look. Food 150, that's per week. So that upkeep, so production is wrong, upkeep must be wrong. Let's have a look at the region AI. Oh, not that one. Command AI, and when we collect the upkeep need, we're taking, we should be plussing like this. Yeah, we're negating it because we're idiots. This is already a negative, then we add the change per week. Let's reverse this too. Okay, what else we got here? And this all looks correct if we negate. So we have this economic trend where we're like, all right, we've got this, and we're normally creating these. So we've got this change per week, and it doesn't actually consume any of it. So we can easily say, all right, like we can safely discard these and send them off to some other availability. So these can be interpreted as availabilities. These can be interpreted as needs. And then that'll balance correctly once some of the places with farms have actually got food being created. We ain't creating no food yet because I don't think there's any farms that get made. Let me double check that. Strategy start dot city strategy assets. Since it's that easy, let's do that. Like down the track, what I want to do is randomize this a little bit. So there might be like some that are good for, like they have munitions factories, some have farms, some have gene clinics, etc, etc. But for now, we'll just sort of test the theory that hopefully the farm production it'll supply itself, but then it will also send its food off to other places. But the easiest way to simply, like, first off test this is the abducted bodies, which will get sent somewhere. Well, they have to. Sorry, I'm thinking. Right. You'd like to petition that food be renamed to Advent Burgers. Nah. But sure. Yeah, we'll do that at some point.
Incoming message for you, Commander. Patching it through to your quarters now.
I had high hopes for the Resistance under your leadership, Commander, and you have outdone yourself.
Commander.
Okay. So yeah, the simplest economic need we'll be meeting is the abducted bodies. Yeah, let's address that first. Seems a reasonable thing as any. Anyway, so yeah, you go right ahead. I'll even help you with the art assets. I'm sure there's some Advent Burger stuff floating around. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously all these logging strings I'm not doing right, but yeah, I will be using localization. For sure. Alright, so at this point, what I need to do is take this economic information and turn it into either a need or an availability. And that need or availability will be based on, like, it's unfortunate find only work, like find doesn't really work as shape, but what we'll be doing is, yeah, we'll be finding that asset object ID and that need and finding out whether it exists or not. If it already exists, we're not going to add it to our list of economic needs, because we don't want to, we're not going to add it to the list of economic needs because it will probably or possibly already have something sent after it. That's this need status. So it's either unfulfilled, dispatched, or fulfilled. Fulfilled will be culled off the list next AI tick. Yeah. So what we're looking to do is advance this economic check. So we need to collect. We need to iterate through what we've got, check if we haven't got a thing already, and if we don't, then if we haven't got that need already, then we'll pull it out. We'll add it to the list, and if we do have that need, then we'll go from there. And we're only going to hit each item once, so ostensibly we shouldn't need to be able to see the old sort of economic trends. So yeah, we're going to assess economic availability and economic needs. Let's do that. Let's just do that. And we'll need a found IX as well. So now we're going to truck for each asset trend. And for each of them, we're going to look for, so found IX equals -1 or index none. Let's use that. I like representing my thoughts properly. Okay. So we're going to, for each of those asset trends, we're going to find, we're going to for each because we need to check more than one thing. So for each economic needs, need quantity. So yeah, it's going to be need, item template name, and asset object ID. We need a surplus. We need to figure out what's actually there as well. So something like need asset object ID equals asset dot object ID. And double lines here. Need dot item template name equals trend dot item template name. All right, so let's define a surplus as 2 times your production rate, your change per week, and let's define a need as when your inventory is less than so a need is your inventory is less than what am I trying to say? Your inventory is less than 4 times the change per week. If it's negative. So it can't be a need if you don't have negative. Yeah, let's just say that. You can't have a need if you don't have a negative negative trend. I think that'll do for now. Right. So I don't want to overthink it. All right. Bool is surplus is available. Yeah. Okay. So is deficit looks at this trend dot quantity is less than trend dot change per week less than 0, and trend dot quantity is less than trend dot change per week times -4, which inverts it, puts it up the way. So that's is deficit. Is surplus I'm gonna go for greater than or equal to 0, just in case like it's it's still just sitting on a whole heap. But then you can't really do it. That's right. Let's just go greater than 0, and trend dot quantity is greater than trend dot change per week times 2. So it's got more than 2 times its production sitting in the stockade. So if is deficit, and it really can't be both, so that's good. So if it's if is deficit, then it's gonna add it to economic needs. Else if is surplus, then it's gonna add it to economic availabilities. IX. And availability IX. Alright, so we'll eventually do something smarter, but for the moment, it's just looking for that found IX. And if found IX does not equals index none still, then we know we need to add one to economic needs. So economic needs, got blank need in there as well. I gotta find the proper way to do this. Right. Okay, need equals blank need. Go, be gone. Alright. We got blank need. We're going to put on that need. We're going to go quantity equals trend.change per week times -4. I'm going to round that. It shouldn't need to be rounded. Right. We're gonna just say runway is 0 for now. Eventually we'll do something sort of like gauge priority of these things based on, okay, this one's, but I'm literally just gonna randomly match needs and availabilities just to start off with, just to avoid having to think too hard about this. I don't really like thinking too hard. We don't have dispatch object ID yet. Need dot status equals economic status. Wait, need status. Need status is unfulfilled. Need item template name equals trend dot item template name. Cool. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing for our surplus. Probably make a helper function for that at some point. Okay, so if it's surplus, then check our economic availabilities. Availability. Dot add item need. Availability. Alright, we don't need you. We need you. You, and you. And we're going to make the trend change per week. It's a surplus. We're going to go for that. Times 2. And then hopefully that means we're going to end up with a bunch of registered surpluses, and we'll be able to use that to say, alright, let's start matching these up. So from this point here, what we're going to do is we're going to try and log this stuff out so that we've got something to work with. Okay. Alright, what's the important information here? Need dot item template name x need dot quantity need dot asset object ID. Still there. Okay. Alright, let's see if that builds. Oh, do I still have XCOM open? No, I don't. I can't write Unreal. Okay. I'll take it. Just go for the lights on. One moment. Alrighty, let's see what we got.
Continues to build the city center.
operations and continue our research, we can pass time by scanning at sites like this one. On your order, we'll start our scans on the surrounding area.
Alright, so as long as this doesn't detonate the game state, we're just going to have to run this for a while. Oh, hello. Alright, so we've got a bunch of needs that are showing up. So the next thing we want to see is we want to see some surpluses.
Incoming message for you, Commander. Patching it through to your quarters now.
I had high hopes for the Resistance.
That's
under
great, mate.
your
I didn't do
leadership,
anything.
Commander.
Here we go. So now we're starting to see some surpluses. And some needs. Hold on. Oh no, yeah, we've got multiples going on here. Yeah, this region matching must not be working because this is 544, 842. So yeah, for all we know, this could be across the world here. So each region command JI is doing a way more than it needs to. So let us back off here, get that sorted out, and then we'll start doing the matching. Yes, of course. All right. So yeah, we're not matching the object ID. So all we need to do is we need to go if asset dot object asset dot region dot object ID does not equal region dot object ID. What are these? I really don't know enough for Unreal Script. I keep on forgetting this stuff. I need to know how to continue. The word is probably continue, but I'd rather not guess because of the amount of time it takes for a compile time. I will eventually learn. Give me control structures. For loops. Continue. I'm hoping that continue can be used in for each. That would be very I wouldn't like it. I can also do this. Maximum nesting. There we go. Rockin'. Alright. Let's try that out. Doesn't seem to mind the continue in there, so I'll probably edit this. This is just bad. Doesn't belong. But anyway, let's run the code, find out what's going on. Thank you, ELADV. I had a feeling that'd be the case, but I just don't write enough Unreal script, and I'm like as it stands, I write about 3 to 4 languages when I'm working on my real work. So it's just yeah. Sure, you know what it's like. Switching language context all the time does take its toll in terms of your understanding of the language.
Continues to build a city center.
While we prepare for new operations and continue our research, we can pass time by scanning at sites like this one. On your order, we'll start our scans on the surrounding area.
Should be an economic trend somewhere that I can need provisions. I'll just keep on running it for a bit, and then I'll run a search on the log file.
Incoming message for you, Commander. Patching it through to your quarters now.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like the Unreal script reference that I usually go to is reasonable, but it just doesn't cover.
We have intel suggesting the aliens are working on developments that...
Yeah, as far as a reference goes, it just never goes far enough. It never like gives you a guaranteed look at this one place, find everything you need about this particular feature of the language. You can never get that, which is pretty unfortunate, but I guess it's the way it is. Oop. Super speed. Alright, here we go. So we've got need provisions, has abducted bodies, supply. So hopefully we have somewhere where we have a need for abducted bodies. Need provisions, has provisions. Yeah, so potentially something local can actually supply that need. Need provisions, has supplies. But I don't think too hard on this, and I just say, hey, I can probably dispatch a convoy at this point. Lumberyard. Ooh my, yeah. You can keep that one to yourself, mate. Alright, I'm going to chuck some music back on for this last little bit. Yeah, no, like I know where you're coming from. Like web dev's a lot better now, but any sort of cutting edge language, and it's just so much like, oh, you just got to know that it works that way. And it feels like such a waste of time. Like, you feel like you're just trying to do even basic stuff takes so goddamn long. You just feel like an idiot. I hope I'm not the only one who feels like an idiot when trying to do stuff like that. The possums are coming. Ah, here we go. New game state, add from convoy. Is this gonna change state or what? What the? New game state. Create asset from template. Oh, does that get other cities new game state? Oh, it's from an update function. Okay, never mind. Okay, so we're doing this in the context of a new game state anyway, so we can probably use that as sort of the basis for our stuff. So what have we got to do? We've got to consume some inventory, put it into a convoy, send it on its way. And honestly, the Advent Burger stuff is like an offshoot of Kazuhiro Miller's burgers in MGS5. I think it's a calculated effort to create memes, where memes did not once exist. Alright, let's get our head together. What are we doing here? We're dispatching things based on needs, or based on matching needs and availabilities, and we'll just do it locally for now. Hell, let's not even sort it. Let's just pick the one that's on the first cab off the rank, eh? Let's try and do that. Oh yeah, totally. No, it worked. Like, it's all good fun. Alright. So I want to take a game state and I want to dispatch convoys. Let's just keep it as simple as we can. Game state, new game state. So we're going to be working for an array of the economic needs. We're going to match them to an availability. If there are any availabilities that can satisfy it or partially satisfy it, then we'll take it. We might do something a bit more considered eventually, but for now we'll just do that. We don't need blank needs. But Bradford can't fly the Avenger. I think the Bradford can't find the Avenger fell flat because of the really awkward nature of how flying the Avenger works. Like, he just sort of just randomly runs into things because it's entirely random chance whether you end up in an encounter with the Hunter UFO. It's like, it was just like, why do I care? Alright, so we'll get an economic need, and then we'll take that economic need and go, alright, let's shoot for all the availabilities, and any availability we can hit will pop off the rank. Equals index none. Alright, so if availability dot template name, item template name, so that equals need dot item template name. Yeah, no, like if you look at the source code, it's literally just a date timestamp. That's all it is. There's really nothing more complex than that going on, which is why it's crap. and it deliberately inserts it at a certain point within the mission calendar, so that you won't have a mission sandwiched directly before it, or like it'll sandwich it right in between a couple of missions, ideally. So yeah, like it even rolls the dice when it spawns. Like, it doesn't roll the dice when it goes to intercept you. It rolls the dice when it spawns and then chooses the exact date where it's gonna do it. Perceived depth. Okay, so I found a thing. Alright, so at this point we found the IX, and we've we've got it. So availability. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that it was built that way. I think it's an interesting one though, because see, the thing that's getting people to come back is stuff like Long War and that kind of thing. That's what keeps the hype going for the, like, wouldn't it be great if the project itself was able to do that on its own? Like, I don't think it has to be that way. Like, the popularity of stuff like Prison Architect and RimWorld and that kind of thing, like, you know, they tap into a decent amount of appeal. But I think the difference is that, you know, these guys only care about day one sales, and like the perceived depth will get them those day one sales. It'll get them that day one first playthrough, only playthrough crap. And I guess that's just the nature of what it takes to build an XCOM to AAA standards, maybe? I don't know. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I know, I do understand that. And I guess that's why I'm doing my own thing here. Because it's that mental, it should have been like this, but it's still saddening to see that it works like that. That's the way things are. Alright, what the hell was I doing anyway? Okay, so I've got this availability and we're sending it to this need. So if economic need, if need dot status, yeah, like I look at, like the way I look at it from my perspective is I've got pretty much all the assets I would need to just like make my own game within it, which I essentially am with this. Like I'm going to be taking a lot from them, but to a degree I'm going to be making my own game, and it might be the only time I ever actually do make a game in my entire life. So, we'll see. Not to get all sentimental or anything like that, but it's not how I make money. So I don't know whether that'll be the case forever. So yeah, like as far as a tool set comes, it's good, but like I think it certainly takes the golden sheen off the sort of a design team that really knows what they're doing and how to create a lasting experience, or at least what their design goals are and stuff like that. Like I think it's it's pretty easy to see the flaws in an experience that is built for that first consumption and nothing more. And I guess that's why it can be a bit maddening at times. Like you look at stuff like Doom 2016, and that like is just a masterclass in designing a particular experience that is actually worth revisiting. Even though and I think that's because its baseline is its mechanics, whereas I feel like the mechanics are not given the same sort of level of attention with certain AAA titles. But then they don't last unless they get modded. Yeah, I don't know. Where am I going with this? I don't even know. And I'm just distracting myself, so let's just stop. So we've got to pack in some inventory into this. So what it's going to look like... local artifact cost, the blank transfer. Alright, I need a max function. I'm pretty sure I have that clamped somewhere. Max. Alright. Easy. And the open world games, God, it's such a curse. Like, they're bereft of detail, yet so full of, like, I remember games like, even like early Metal Gear Solid, like just packed with detail and care and craftsmanship and attention, and I'm not interested in all of that new stuff. Like, it's just, ugh. But even like open world games, like survival genre stuff, is getting pretty sort of like, even the indie stuff is sort of still like, just they're not sweating details anymore, and like the designed experience is going away. Yeah, the mentality is to plop the player down in a sandbox and give them the toys to start up. Exactly. It's just like, it just doesn't... doesn't show the care that you'd sort of expect from a title that has that much work put into it. But I don't know. Anyway. I better lay some code down, otherwise I'm just not going to get anything done here. Right, so availability dot quantity and need quantity. Now we're going to do min because we can't ship more than what. No, we'll just ship the availability dot quantity. So the transfer equals availability dot quantity and then transfer item template name equals availability. Doesn't really matter, but anyway, item template name okay. I don't even remember my API for a strategy asset, but let's try and fix that up. Alright, so I've got can afford artifact costs, consume artifact costs, yeah. So I want to consume that. So asset, availability asset. New game state. Dot create state object. Right. So that is going to be need dot asset object ID. Alright, let's create ourselves an asset. Alright, we're going to take that convoy. We're going to set its location to from asset.location. We're going to set waypoints to asset, keeping a standard speed, and that's going to be the to asset. And then we're going to add that thing to there. So the convoy, the strategy asset. Needs status dispatched, which should mean that it never tries to get fulfilled again, I think. Alright, we've got to consume. Got to consume the artifact costs. Yep. So from asset.consume artifact cost equals, so that's new game state, and then the transfer, and then we've got to put item in inventory, which is going to be that item state. I might make a shorthand for... yeah, we can do that. Put cost in inventory. So that'll take a XCOM game state. And it will take an artifact cost called cost and shove it in there. Because I don't really want to have to do that all the time. Especially when it's just this. So convoy dot put cost in inventory. We should accept new game state and transfer, and we should be off and racing. Maybe. Yeah, let's just see if this works. Who knows? I'll probably finish up at this point. Yeah, it's 9:30, so late enough for me. I've been up since 4:30, so what is that? That's a reasonably early start, wasn't it? Okay, unrecognized type artifact. No. Alright, I got some errors, type mismatches and things like that. 306. Bad omission output. Call find item template. I forgot to get the item template manager. Okie dokie. And the other one is 231 G. Economic needs dispatch object ID. That's the wrong. We want that to be convoy.object ID. So that's going to be our way to sort of say, all right, is this still like eventually, like if the convoy gets destroyed, it's like, oh no, we still need to address this. Something needs to send something. But yeah, those are the main ones that are going to like help us keep things clean. After we've done all of this, we need to economic availabilities dot what am I looking for? Let me check the reference. Remove from the array. Yep, remove index. So remove found index. And that'll remove that availability from the pool, so nothing can grab from it. And we'll just cycle like this. We won't even randomize. We'll just do it like this. We'll see. We could add a touch of random, and that'll make, like, eventually there would need to be some sort of intelligence or randomness to this to ensure that the economic needs aren't always like first cap off the rank and it becomes a hotspot. But we'll just see how this goes. If we can just get, I'd be happy tonight just to get some convoys moving. What did I do? 307. Cannot find item template. Oh, whoops. Cost. Now that ought to keep you happy. Hopefully I didn't break it. Yeah, okay. Close it. Warnings everywhere. Should work. Let me just try and write it again. I didn't even change much this time. Mind you, it wouldn't have worked at all, so maybe it's for the better. Alright, come on. Alright, something's messing things up. What I might do is just close Moddy Buddy. Let's try this again. Alright. Give me my mod. I didn't add any new files, did I? I don't want to have to... What did I even do that broke it? It's like, no, I know that your code's bad. Not letting you do it, Dave. It's probably something in the build. Oh, yeah. You're gonna make me have to edit you. You probably are. Okay. So the answer was actually because Mod Buddy is bad. I think. It's literally just missing a file from the build. There we go. This looks more like it. I gotta tell you, something that really chafes me when I'm doing development is when I don't have control of my tools. To a certain point, I just resigned to my tools in this particular case. But not having control of my tools can be really frustrating, especially when they do stuff like this. In web dev, I've spent a lot of time working on my tools to make them useful, make them work with my workflow. Whereas I don't feel that same level of independence yet with this Unreal script stuff. I just sort of accept what I'm given, and I'll just sort of bug fix it if I need to. Come on, son. Alright, give me something to hang this off. That's not even right. Refresh it. This is now right there. Alright, but that's not used. That's his point. Alright, I'm gonna give this one more try. If it doesn't, I'm not gonna spend all night jacking about with this thing. I'll probably call it and do the rest of the convoy stuff later. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I don't really want this to be the watch me get frustrated stream. In the meantime, CD documents. Alright, XCOM, global resistance, git diff. Oh, is that it? Okay. Yeah. Nothing particularly egregious is in there. Maybe a restart will fix out my problems, but I'm gonna hang around to find out. I'll have a play with this some other time. Thanks for watching. Yeah. Sorry I could get to the point where you actually see the fruits of the work, but them's the breaks. But it's feeling pretty close. Once we've got some convoys dispatching, we're gonna have like a genuine article economy sort of running. It'll be great. Oh! It just took a long time. That in itself is a problem, but anyway.
Excitement continues to build as city centers.
While we prepare for new operations and continue our research, we can pass time by scanning at sites like this one. On your order, we'll start our scans on the surrounding area. Incoming message for you, Commander. Patching it through to your quarters now.
I had high hopes for the resistance under your leadership, Commander, and you have outdone.
Hey!
Intel suggesting the aliens are working on developments that threaten our ability to stop the Avatar project. We can conduct guerrilla operations to disrupt one of these efforts, but we'll have to choose carefully. We don't have the resources to it. Commander.
That convoy looked like it went the wrong way. Yeah, like they landed at the wrong spot. Unless that was the provisions that were being sent. Go away. I don't care about the Avatar progress.
If they finish what they've started, it sounds like it'll be the end for all of us. Commander, we currently have no new supplies coming in. We'll need to seek out new means of replenishing our resources.
Oh, hello.
Commander, remote reconnaissance indicates the aliens have a UFO hunting for our position. We need to be careful about where we pick our flight paths.
No, we don't.
Commander, the aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project. If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast.
I don't even know. I know that it's carrying something. I can't see what it's carrying. I should have slowed things down. I'll start a new game. Alright, so that happened about March 20th or something, but I am going to turn on show strategy inventory. And I will keep an eye out, and as soon as those convoys get on their way, I'm gonna see what they've actually got in them.
Priority message coming through, Commander. Putting it on screen now.
You have made considerable
Alright, should be in a day or two.
gains over the past month, Commander. I hope that your ongoing efforts will only
There we go, stop.
for success.
Commander, we have intel suggesting the aliens are working on developments that threaten our ability to stop the Avatar project. We can conduct guerrilla operations to disrupt one of these efforts, but we'll have to choose carefully. We don't have the resources to intercede everywhere.
So that one's bringing provisions, and that pulled the provisions from there. That one's carrying provisions too, taking it here. So yeah, this dispatched provisions over here. So yeah, those were provisions dispatches. And I guess abducted bodies won't happen until...
Commander, we have a priority message coming through.
Go away.
Tracking the aliens' progress on this Avatar project here. If they finish what they've started, it sounds like it'll be the end for all of us.
Has abducted bodies. So yeah. Go away.
The aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project. If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast.
Do I even have any black salts? I do, somewhere. Surely. Yeah, there's a black salt right there.
Got an urgent communication coming in for you now, Commander.
I had high hopes for the Resistance under your leadership, Commander, and you have outdone yourself.
Commander, we've received word that the aliens have completed a facility devoted to their work on the Avatar.
Okay. Need provisions. Alright, I might just do a search for the log. What am I looking for? I'm looking for need abducted. see. Yep. So the abducted bodies never reaches it because it never assumes that its production is high enough, I believe. Because yeah, when it calculates everything, it's like the quantity of the availability is the trend of the change per week. But that's not really, like, if it's building up a surplus, maybe we want to make that higher. But we can look at that. Let's just change that now to trend.quantity. Like, just whatever you got, we'll take it. And what we can also do is then go, alright, so economic availabilities, availability IX, or found IX, dot quantity equals trend dot quantity. So it can keep up, keep up with this, keep up with the trend quantity, and that then should now be enough because it will actually satisfy. That said, we might have to draw partial satisfaction from a number of different sources for a singular need, so that might be a thing that we have to address, but that's fine. Like, my computer's slowing down at this rate. It's almost 10 o'clock, so it's good enough for me. Ship it. All right. Economic needs and availabilities.